Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Ooh, should I say happy cold Thursday? I guess it's really dependent on where you are because some folks is getting some nice warm weather or some nice like fall like weather that is not like cold like where I am because I am up north and we're getting that northern weather. I even heard that, you know, some places in Florida was getting snow. I was like, what? Hey, Angel Cakes, thank you for coming. Yeah, I'm like, really? Like, clenching my pearls, because I'm like, everywhere is just, going through it right now. I'm like, it's cold, it is cold. And I'm like, the new year, becoming a little different. Becoming a little different. I'm like, okay, so we in the new year, lots of crazy stuff happening already. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, is this a sign? Is this a sign of how our whole year going to be? Because I know last year around this time it started all crazy too. So I'm like, let me strap up my bootstraps and be ready. Because last year I was not ready. I was not ready. But you know what? I was like, if I could survive 2025, okay, 2026, bring it on, baby, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why I got my armor up because, yeah, I needed it a lot last year. You know what I'm saying? I needed it a lot last year. But happy Thursday, y'all. How's it going? Angel Case, how's it going? How was your day? How was your day? Whew. All I can say is that it's Friday Eve, guys. It is Friday Eve. Friday Eve. Man, I see some of the crazy stuff today. Lord Jesus. I'm like, what is happening? I feel like their jobs, they doing like this crazy stuff, like they purging. Like that movie The Purge. I'm like, jobs is purging. I mean, not like the movie version, but it's like they just like getting rid of people all willy nilly and stuff, and then they ain't got no backup. I'm like, how you gonna be getting rid of people right in the new year and ain't got no backup, ain't got nobody to replace the people that you're getting rid of all random and stuff like that. So yeah, when I started seeing crazy stuff, I've been seeing crazy stuff. And I'm like, these jobs are tripping. They are tripping. Said they was okay. Okay, so all right, well, okay, I'll take okay over, anything else, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'm like, these jobs is tripping. Like just like getting rid of people all willy-nilly and stuff. Like I can't even believe that they even going there with this. Like, is this a sign of the times? Like, people, you said let fall out, yeah. I'm like, you just randomly messing with people's pockets, their livelihood and stuff. Like, people gotta eat out here, you know what I'm saying? And you just doing all this crazy stuff and then you don't have nobody to like fill that space. I was like, that's wild to me. That is wild to me. Wild to me. Yeah, yeah. So, but I saw somebody, getting hauled out today. I was like, oh my God, I know you lying. Hello, Peggy Fry. Thank you for coming in. I'm like, I know you lying. Not you escorting people out. Why? Why? I'm like, is it that serious? Is that serious? Like, I can't even tell. Like, yeah, that one had me a little shocked because I was like, y'all can't afford to be letting nobody go at this time. Y'all just can't. It's just too much. It's too much. Yeah. But that was crazy to me. That was crazy to me. Yeah, but yeah, here we are. Another Thursday, guys. Quiet before the storm. We're gonna talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Man, when I say things have been happening, it's so crazy. Things been going so crazy. It's like people just kind of losing their mind out here. Like, I don't know, is it because all the stuff that's about to happen? Like if you up north, you get a lot of the big wave that's coming. If you are in the north. You know what I'm saying? So people up here is just like literally tripping. Literally tripping. So I'm driving, right? So I thought I was like seeing things. I'm riding, right? And you know how you get to these two lanes, you get one going one way and one coming towards you the opposite direction. So I'm driving, not this big old company van, right? Company van riding in the middle of the two lanes. I was like, I know you lying. I'm going this way. Traffic coming this way. They coming to me. Like I'm like doing one of these numbers, like, let me get out the way. And the car in front of me, like, oh, let me get out the way. Cause that truck was literally driving in the middle. You know how they got them double like yellow lines or the white lines or whatever. So in my case, there was yellow lines, right? So the truck was coming towards me, squeezing in between the two lanes that go opposite direction. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying to get out the way before this company truck. I'm like, where are you going? He had like somebody was chasing him, like literally. Like somebody was trying to rob his truck. He had like somebody was trying to rob his truck. Like, I'm like, not you riding in the middle of the street in between two lanes. Like you trying to get away. Boy, he came through so fast. Everybody like trying to get out his way. And then he did this quick old like left hand turn to the street. I was like, dang. I'm looking like, who chasing him? Who chasing him? Because you about to cause a whole accident doing that stuff. And that's not even your van. That's a company van. So I was like, people out here tripping. I'm like, where's the emergency? Where's the race? You know what I'm saying? You know, I always think when I see people rushing like that, doing crazy, dangerous, reckless stuff, I'll be like, okay, wait a minute, you being chased? You got a bathroom emergency? You know what I mean? You got somebody, you trying to catch somebody doing something wrong. Like, what did you in a hurry? Why you racing? Why you doing all this crazy, reckless stuff out here in these streets? I'm like, you ain't even gonna make it doing all that crazy recklessness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I can't even understand it. I can't even understand it. But like, people be wilding out here, and then you ride by, and then you see them on the next up on the telephone pole somewhere. Child, I was like, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Just get me home. Just get me home, right? Let's get me home, right? So I decided, I was like, okay, so now it's been crazy here all week. Like we was having 20-degree weather, 30-degree weather, right? Yesterday, I came out the door, no lie. My temperature gauge says 7 degrees. 7 degrees. I was like, I know you lying, right? So by the time I got like around the corner, like a couple blocks from the house, it went up to like 9. I was like, really? Could you spare it? 2 degrees? You know what I'm saying? So like this weather is not even playing. It's not even playing. So today, thankfully, we got like 48 degrees, and that's warm compared to how the rest of the week has been so far, right? So I'm like, all right, well, let me get my gas because my gas already like a notch before E, right? Now, mind you, when it was freezing cold all week, right? 20 degrees, you know what I mean? 9 degrees, gas prices was like super low. You know what I'm saying? So now that everybody panicking because the big storm that's about to come, I'm like, all right, I'm thinking, that I'm gonna get my gas today, right? Because it's the warmest day of the week, and my gas tank already low, and I was like, I don't be riding around those streets, with a little tank bit of gas, because God forbid, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I've been watching the gas prices, 270, all this. I'm like, which is cheap. Because considering gas prices been like 3 and above, right? So I'm like, okay, 280, okay, I could do 280. So I said, finally, when I'm ready to get some gas, because mind you, this is the warmest day of the week, even though it's like 48 degrees. I go to the gas station. Not that gas station be like $3. It's like, part of the game is this. I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing. Y'all price gouging now. Y'all price gouging. Y'all know everybody in a state of panic. Up north, trying to get gas, trying to get food, trying to do all this other stuff, right? So y'all going to be bumping the gas prices up. I was like, okay, I got y'all number. But I got my gas, though. I don't even feel like going to the next gas station to buy 20 cents cheaper. On a normal basis, I would probably go to like 2 blocks up. I was like, you know what? Y'all got it. I'm going to give it to y'all. Because y'all right here, y'all right around the corner from my house. You know what I mean? Even though y'all the most expensive right now. I was like, I'm going to give it to y'all. Y'all lucky y'all don't feel like driving up 2 or 3 blocks to go to get the cheaper gas. But I was like, nah, they tripping. They is tripping with these gas prices. They're tripping with these gas prices, and then I'm trying to be safe out here too, because I don't know, because we've been getting like these random snowstorms, random snowstorms, right? Like we had like two back to back like last weekend, right? It wasn't like heavy, but they were like snow all day or Saturday, snow all day Sunday. Like I'm like, what is happening? So I noticed, like especially in my neighborhood, normally the streets are okay. You know what I'm saying? People pay a lot of money for these taxes and stuff, right? So I'm like, why am I driving and I'm doing like this, like I'm on on the track trying to dodge potholes? I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I pay too much for taxes to be doing like this, like I'm on an obstacle course trying to dodge potholes. I'm like, y'all gotta do better than this. Y'all either gonna fix these potholes or y'all gonna be lowering our taxes this year. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Because it ain't no way that we should be going bumpity bumpity bump like every time you go like an inch in the street. I'm like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I was like, that ain't working for me. Period. It's not working for me, period. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah. So I've been hearing like some like random stuff. So matter of fact, when I'm walking, right? So I'm gonna ask y'all a quick question. Now, I always talked about in the past about chivalry, right? Chivalry. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all still believe chivalry is alive? Or the chivalry has the tanked? Has it tanked? Or is it still holding on with a life right? Because when I'm riding, like I be peeping game, I be looking, I be watching, like, especially like when you see like couples walking down the street and stuff, and I'll be watching people game, being like, okay, now is this guy gonna be chivalrous? It's because that rule. The guy usually will be closest to the street, and the woman be inside of the curb, right? So that's the gentleman like thing to do, right? You be the man. So if somebody decide they're gonna run curb, you're gonna take the brunt, because you gotta protect the lady. You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding, and I see this cute couple, right? Young couple at that. Young couple. It was a mixed couple. It was a mixed couple. I said, oh, they so cute. They walk, they hold their hands and all that stuff, right? Like they was like, y'all gonna see us today, kind of thing, right? They wanted everybody to see that they are item, they are item. So I was like, okay, y'all cute, walking up the street, holding hands. But what's wrong with this picture? What you think? What you think the picture was looking like with this mixed couple walking up the street, holding hands? What you think the scene looked like? Now I'm talking about chivalry now. What you think the scene looked like? I was like, Lord have mercy. I was like, So the only thing that I could chalk it up to, I was like, they so young. They so young. It's probably new love. They don't know no better. But homeboy, what's your brother? Homeboy, young boy. He inside the curb. The chick on the outside the curb, and she just swinging her little hand off proud, like, yeah, I snatched me one. He's like swinging hands, and the dude in the inside of the curb, and she on the street side of the curb. I was like, that. I'm like, boy, cracking up. I'm like, okay, I see y'all definitely, mingling, mixing and mingling, you know what I'm saying? Like, but not you. Got your girl walking on the street side of the curb. He's like, I ain't crazy. He like, I might have crossed the fence, but he's like, hey, I'm allowed to do this court. Like, that was so wild to me. I was laughing. I was like, man, I was like, these dudes. But again, there was a young couple. There was a young couple. I said I would give them probably like 16, 17 of that. Young couple, like really, really young. But they just walking, swinging, holding their hands and stuff. I was like, oh, that's so cute. I said it would be even cuter if he was playing the street side and let you play the inside. Lord have mercy. I'm like, teach these young boys, please. Teach them, y'all. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy to me. Yeah. I was like, I can't even understand it. Yeah. So I think they really need to come up with a chivalry class, right? But I feel like it needs to come from a mature man that really believes in chivalry. You know what I mean? Real, real well rounded. Can talk some knowledge, drop some nuggets. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like we need a well rounded man to start having these male etiquette classes. You know what I'm saying? You know how they always have the female etiquette classes? You know what I mean? Trying to teach the women how to be a lady. You know what I mean? Like these etiquette classes. They need to have a male etiquette class to teach these young guys how to be shivers and how to do man-like things, especially when it comes to women and ladies. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see that. Love to see that. Just do a class. Just do a class. You know, teach them something positive. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them probably or haven't been taught. Nobody probably told them, the right thing to do, especially when it comes to being chivalrous. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so y'all know anybody talk to these old men, the older men, or these old heads y'all want to call them, and say, listen, pull these little young boys by the hotel and tell them a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? Tell them a thing or two. Yeah, but yeah. So I heard some crazy stuff today. Crazy stuff today, right? Without getting too deep into it, crazy stuff today. Now, I be trying to stay on top of like the news because I want to know what's happening, what's going on, and stuff like that. Because it's always something every single day. Always something every single day. You know what I'm saying? So, what she say? They should have had classes in school about that. They should have. They should have, but they didn't. You know what I mean? I feel like the young males are learning a lot of stuff out here, but not a lot of the right things. Not a lot of the right things, unless you have like a positive male role model around to teach you the right things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I totally agree. Should have had school about it. Should have had school about it. So yeah. But anywho, so I was strolling like I usually do, right? I know. Strolling how I usually do. Just trying to stay informed because I don't like that sneak attack stuff. You know what I'm saying? Things be happening and then you not in the loop because you don't know what's going on. So first thing I see was uh, a new like type of rule thing where like agents could start like knocking your door down, like no warrants, no paperwork, no documentation, just go start knocking your door down. I was like, really, really. So this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing. So now you would just go be randomly like just breaking people's doors in. Really, like child. So funny story. Now it's not about nobody like breaking the door down, but it gives me those type of vibes, like when people would just come in your house like unauthorized or unannounced. You know what I'm saying? So years ago, years ago. I mean, this is try to think of how long ago this was, right? It's been within like probably within the last 10 years. So you know, my husband and I like we know we in the bed. Um, and it's so funny because like I know sometimes like I'll be drinking tea or whatever. Like I'm drinking tea right now, right? And I like to drink my tea. So I had this thing sometimes if I drink tea, especially at a certain time of night, I have to, get up, keep going back and forth to the bathroom. Like the tea be like running right through me, like straight up running right through me. So I had to get up early in the morning. I think I had to get up like about close to 5 o'clock in the morning. But I had ended up getting up this one morning. I ended up getting up about 2, around like 1 or 2, right? Because nature calls. So I get up, I come out the bedroom, and as you know, I see like these lights flashing up the step, right? So, like, who's that, right? And I had to clench my little roll. Like, who's that? Like, and I heard somebody say hello. I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing in my house? So, her husband heard me say that. Of course, he jumps up out the bed, like, I guess for some ramble stuff, like, what you mean? Like, who in our house? You know what I'm saying? So, finally, the officer's like, oh, we wanted to, we come knocking and banging on y'all door because it's a gas leak, like a few doors down. So the gas department had to come out and they evacuating families. We was banging on y'all door. Y'all was nobody was insured. So they got a locksmith that could literally come in our house. Literally come in the house. Right? So, of course, husband, he's like, yo, he's like, wait a minute. What? Like he couldn't even get. He said, first of all, you didn't even announce yourself. Like talking to the cop, right? Like you didn't announce yourself. Now, mind you, my husband a few minutes earlier had heard me saying, "What are you like? Who are you? Why are you in my house?" Type of thing, right? So, of course, he like, okay, somebody in my house. I heard my wife saying, "Who are you? Why are you in my house?" And he went to go get his little buddy. Okay, I would just keep it like that. But they go get his little buddy, and he talking officer always like oh yeah, like so we had to get the locksmith to come in the house because nobody was responding to our knocks and our bangs on the door or whatever, so they just took it upon themselves coming to the house. So I be like, yo, he was like, how long you been on the force, man? Like that. So dude, like only like a couple years or something, he was like, yo, he's like, you was about to get it. You was about to get it, right? He's like, all I heard my wife say it was like, who are you? Why you in my house? He's like, yo, it's like, you can't be doing that, bro. Of course it was one of the other ones, you know what I'm saying? One of the other men. Like you can't be walking up into black people's house, not see yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, so you go hubby, he talking to the cop and stuff like that. He was trying to school him, like, listen, like, you're a rookie out here in these streets. You can't be coming through black people's house, not unannounced and stuff like that. You don't know what people got. He like, now suppose I wouldn't have like assessed the scene, ask questions. He said I could have just, do what I need to do and ask questions later. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be just walking on people's house all willy nilly. Like, yeah, when I say literally, they was just flashing a flashlight up the steps, talking about hello, like child, no, this is the police or none of that. Just I was like, wow. So when I started thinking about these agents out here just doing stuff all willy nilly, now they could just be coming in your house and stuff. I was like, they gave me that type of vibe. Like, I remember when we in our house sleeping, they didn't kick the door, but they like literally came like in with a locksmith and just broke the lock off. And then my husband, he kind of like, and who gonna pay for my door? You know what I mean? Who gonna pay for my locks? Because now you just sit here and broke my whole lock off to get in my house. Crazy, 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 crazy. But yeah, I was like, I could not imagine if somebody tried to do that there. I don't think my husband gonna be asking any questions. I don't think he's gonna be asking any questions. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he asks any questions, especially with all the craziness that's happening now. Like now you giving people authority just to be kicking people towards it and just walking in people's house. I don't think he gonna ask no questions. I do not think he gonna ask no questions. Like the first time that alarm go off or something to hear. Oh yeah, and that's for another point I forgot to mention. The alarm was going off too. When I went out in the hall, I heard the alarm going off too, right? And that's when I heard the hello, hello. Yeah, I forgot about the alarm was on, and our alarm was going off, and then I just saw the light flashing up. I'm like, hello, who are you? You know what I mean? I'm grabbing my throat. You in my house? You know what I mean? But yeah, but the way these times are now, with all this extra crazy stuff happening, I feel like if you start going to people's houses unannounced and stuff like that, trying to kick down doors and stuff, I don't know, you might not make it out. I'm just saying. People ain't playing these days. Like people is being serious about theirs, right? I know crazy stuff, right? Imagine if it was so I know. old lady that lives alone. Yep, he probably would give her exactly, exactly that part, that part. You know what I'm saying? That part. So yeah, so I'm just like, these people better be mindful, be careful. Just be walking up to people's house all willy nilly. That's all I'm saying. Don't be walking up to people's house all willy nilly. Be mindful that people ready. You know what I'm saying? People ready. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, good luck with that one. Good luck. Good luck. Especially it's all over social media, like, in the news and stuff that they are giving them this extra power to do that, right? So people can read, they're gonna be like, okay. So chances are you might be trying to come all up in my stuff. So I'm gonna be ready for you when you try it. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. So whew. This is the times that we are living in, Lord. So that's why I just be like, stay prayed up, stay prayed up, stay ready, stay ready. Whew, yeah. So speaking of staying ready, so I was been kind of talking about the big storm coming. Like I feel like everybody is like panic buying. I mean, what you can expect, because whenever you hear about a big storm or something, people just kind of like, oh, let me go to the store, let me go to the store, let me get this, let me get that, right? So I can't say that I'm panic buying, but I was like really on some yesterday, like, baby, make sure you go get some rock salt. Everybody and mother gonna be trying to get rock salt because all these inches we supposed to be getting. So he's like, man, they probably ain't got it. I'm just like, just go try to get us some salt. So he calling around, calling around. Um, People like, oh, we had some, but they sold out within an hour. I got another truck coming in like 8 o'clock. Got one coming now, like so. So hubby come home like, yeah, babe, well, I was calling, but they said they ain't got no, don't have a truck coming until 8 o'clock. So, and I'm looking at him like, and right? He like, when we go out there, I'm like, okay, yeah. I was like, how much rock salt we got? We got this one big old like 5 gallon thing. I'm like, okay, now think about the inches we supposed to be getting. Now, do you think that one thing of rock salt gonna hold up for all the inches we getting? So, so needless to say, he got ready to go to the store by. So you be there by 8 o'clock, wait for the truck. Now, he called me. He was like, baby, you wouldn't believe this. He's like, now I just got here. He said, the truck came. Hey, hey. So Johnny, thank you for coming in. He said, hey, Tuber Chat, thank you for being here. So he said he gets to the store, and by the time he got there, now they told him the truck was coming in at 8 o'clock. It must have came in at 7 because he got there at 8, and everybody had bought all the rock salt. He said this one dude had bought like the last like 10 bags of it, right? Thank you so much, Super Chat. Had bought like the last 10 bags. He said, oh, I was hot as fish grease. He was like, I started to take him out of his car, take some out of his cart. He said, I can't believe they let him do that. I was like, that's wild to me. They should have a limit, especially when they know that it's scarce. People are panic buying. They're getting prepared for the storm. Why aren't you going to let somebody get like the last, he said, 10 or 20 bags of rock salt, right? Now, mind you, the truck had just came in. So he's like, all right, so I had to go find another, is that right? He said I had to go and ask the store owner, like, are y'all getting more rock salt? They was like, this is crazy. Y'all said 8 o'clock. I come in here at 8 o'clock. Everybody's going, and the person is getting the last like 10 bags of rock salt. Like, y'all, like, what are we doing here? Right? So the guy's like, so we got another truck coming in at 9 o'clock. He's like, y'all closed at 9 o'clock. So nobody's gonna be able to get no rock salt. So dude's like, all right, well, so I got some ice melt. If you want to get that, now mind you, the ice melt is way more expensive than the rock salt, and then they only didn't even have a lot of that. So he had to end up getting like I think 4 or 5 bags of the ice melt, right, which costs way more than the rock salt. So you know, he come home like, yeah, baby. He said like I was trying to get it, right? He's like, but it's crazy. So I guess today, same thing. He was gonna try to go get some today. He was like, gone. A truck with how many pallets? I forget. He said 2 or 3 pallets of rice salt gone within 2 hours. I said these people is not playing. I'm like, they know this storm is coming. They're getting a jump start on getting the tools and supplies that they need, right? So I call myself trying to be slick, right? I was like, all right, so the storm ain't coming till the weekend, right? I said, I know people already panic buying for the rock salt and stuff. So I was like, let me try to just order a few things, right? So I could get it by like today or tomorrow, because I like to do like that 2 hour window shopping, get it in a couple hours, or worst case scenario, get it to next day. So I was like, all right, let me try to get me something in a couple hours, like shop on the supermarket app, whatever, get it delivered today. I'm like, it's only Thursday, all right, because the panic that people really gonna be in is gonna be like tomorrow, maybe even early Saturday. So I try to order some stuff. I put this little stuff in my cart, ready to check out. And it's like, okay, earliest delivery tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow? Tomorrow? What? I was like, so this is where we at. This is where we at. These are the times that we're in right now. Like, you can't even get a 2 hour delivery right now. I was like, earliest we can get it to is tomorrow. It's like, wow. So much for that idea, right? But I was like, all right, well, if I gotta wait till the bar, wait till the bar. And one place market that I was trying to get stuff, and they was like, we can't deliver it till Saturday. I'm like, really? Really? So you order something on Thursday that normally would come in 2 hours, you can't get it till Saturday? I was like, these people is not playing. And it's not just us, like we're in Pennsylvania, right? Hey, sweetie. I'm like, we're in Pennsylvania, but like Maryland, Virginia, like it's just coming up the coast, right? So you just got to think about it. Like everybody is like in a panic. They're getting prepared. They're getting ready. So I'm like, dang. So if I'd have thought about it, I'd have ordered something yesterday and I might have got it today. Might have got it today. So I'm like, oh man. Yeah, so now I gotta knock on wood, keep my fingers crossed, and pray that my stuff comes tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody panic buying. So if I couldn't set up my delivery until tomorrow, who's to say by the time they shop for my stuff that they're going to even have anything that I ordered? I'm gonna be gagged if I start getting messages tomorrow talk about out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Item unavailable. I'm gonna be gagged. I'm gonna be gagged. I'm gonna be gagged. Oh my God. Y'all pray for me that it all goes well. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like having to delay stuff, especially when there's panic shopping involved. When everybody gonna be going to try to panic and buy everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, tomorrow seems a long way from now. Long way from now. It's a lot of shopping that can happen between today and tomorrow by the time I get my stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's wild. That is wild to me. Whew, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Yeah, so lucky for me, it's not stuff that like it's like pressing, because I feel like we do have like the essentials, but I just figured, okay, let me get a head start on a few things, that I would like to have, so whew, I'm like, so push come to shove, you had to be doing a lot of cooking, a lot of cooking, y'all. A lot of cooking. Gonna be throwing a lot of stuff out the freezer because I be trying to find stuff that's easy to cook and whip up and stuff. You know, that's when I do that quick little shop because I'm like, ooh, let me get some quick stuff that I can grab, pop in the oven real quick, whatever. Don't take a lot of prep time and stuff. I was like, so if my stuff don't come tomorrow, it's gonna be a lot of throwing stuff out, doing some major cooking. Major cooking. It ain't gonna be a lot of quick pop stuff in the oven. Oh man. So yeah, y'all pray for me. Y'all pray that I get this stuff. Cause this girl a little nervous. She is a little nervous about this whole thing. But I'm just glad that we was able to at least get some bags of ice melt, on top of the big 5 gallon that we have. It's not fully full, but it's enough. So I guess we're gonna have to make it work, make it do what it do, whatever. Hubby already out there doing some preliminaries. He in the chat now, but making sure the snow blower is running, making sure we got the gas for the snow blower. It's like, oh, that. Speaking of that, babe, I hope you be able to check the generator too. I'm not wishing that on us, that no power stuff, but you never know. You never know. If you start getting all that moisture, precipitation and stuff in the air, if it's gonna start affecting stuff, you know, power lines and all that stuff, you never know. You never know. Yeah. So we gonna keep that in prayer that nothing comes out and we still have, power through this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because some places is gonna get it, like, I think Saturday, like up until like Monday. So far for us, we're supposed to get it Sunday into like the wee hours of Monday morning. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. But then hubby had me nervous a little bit because he started talking about, oh, they done updated it, upgraded it to Saturday. I'm like, huh? What do you mean? Hold up, hold, back it up, back it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we supposed to have like, PD on Monday. So we already, like, in our mind, we already got in our mind that it ain't gonna be no going in for PD on Monday. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna back it in there. So chances are we might have PD anyway. So I'm like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm like, just give us our snow day. Just give us our snow day. We haven't taken any. We haven't taken any this year. You know what I mean? Because um last year we, skated through. We had skated through, no snow days. Now we come to 2026. This weather coming in like a lion. But I always say the summer dictates how the winter's going to go for me. Like, I don't know, it's just my little thing, my little superstition. I'm like, if we got like a scorching hot like summertime, I was like, winter gonna come in like a beast. Winter gonna come in like a beast, right? And we was overdue for some like big storms. I mean, not them little flurry things, them little dustings or something. We was overdue. So the last storms that I could really think of that was like really, really impactful, that it was just like, can't go to work for a week type impactful for me, was like the blizzard of '96. That was the year my daughter was born. Like, car buried. You couldn't hardly come out your front door, right? Funny enough, you did say that during the summer. I did say that, didn't I? I was like, going to get a beast of a winter, because it was scorching this summer, scorching. You know what I mean? Especially if you live up north and you ain't used to them 99-degree days. Child, please. Yeah, I was like, it's gonna come in like a lion, and it is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, everybody gets like, yeah, I remember the storm of 2000 something. I was like, okay, we did. I was like, but nothing to me out top the blizzard of '96. That joint had cars buried. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't even find your car. It's wild. Wild. So hopefully it don't get to that point that our cars is buried, that we can't find our car. I mean, because it's literally just walking out our front door, whatever. But excuse me. Back then, when I lived on a longer street, and we had to do street parking, before, we moved into the house we had now, but we had our own drive, but we have our own driveway. But back then we didn't have, our own driveway. So we had to do like street parking. So like, it was like literally trying to find your car, like literally, because your car was like buried. Like, you come out your door, it was like, I don't even know where I parked at. Like, where is my car? Like, that was just how high and wild that snow was on that year. So that year is very memorable for me. So I'm not looking forward to that kind of snow. But when they start talking about 15, almost 16 inches of snow, that has me nervous. That has me nervous. Because God forbid that we get buried and can't get off our block. And the block that I live on now It's not that big. It's fairly kind of small block. It's not that big. It's probably maybe about maybe 10 houses on our block, if that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big. But child, Lord have mercy. That's gonna be very, 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 very interesting. Yeah. So I hope y'all got y'all stuff together. For those that are expecting some of the remnants from the storm, I hope that are ready and you are prepared for it. Because you don't know. God forbid, power go out. You need those emergency supplies or anything. Make sure you prepared. We got between now and maybe Saturday to get things prepared, get your stuff together, whatever, Make sure you got them batteries for them flashlights, all that good stuff. Make sure your car is filled up, because God forbid if you can't, get any heat in your house, look, you can go in your car, run the heat in your car, something warm up for a little bit. You never know. You know what I mean? Have all these emergency protocols in place because I know I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I ain't panicking like a lot of people is, but I was like, I just want to still be prepared. I'd rather, to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, but that's kind of how my week has been going. Thursday was Thursday, week been crazy. Whatever. I just came off of a sickness, as y'all can hear. My voice has slowly started coming back, but your girl was down whew, like what 4 or 5 days from last Wednesday until Sunday, maybe. The girl was down. I was down. I ain't even have voice. Trust me, if this was last week, I couldn't even be able to talk. That's why I had to end up canceling not sister talk, tea time last week. I didn't even have a voice. I did not have a voice. I was sick as a dog. I couldn't even do tea time last week. So I'm glad to have some tea time with y'all this week, right? Have a little tea, y'all. I don't know, my tea probably go over there, but yeah. Yeah, so we did sister talk on Monday, my sister and I, right? And I had my little tea on for Sister Talk Monday. So thank God for me that I had, been sipping through it throughout our conversation. So I had a little bit left, right? So we get done our conversation on Monday, right? I know it was a wild week, right? Yeah. So we get done our little conversation. So I go upstairs, right? Brought the step on the top step. My slipper gets stuck on the step. I go tumbling. This cup right here goes flying out my hand. It goes up, boom, hit the floor. I'm already on the I'm already fell up the steps now, not down the steps, up the steps. Teeth flying everywhere. So fly was like, "Did you just fall? Did you just fall?" He said, "Did you just fall up the steps?" I was like, but thank God that I only had a little bit of tea, because that little bit of tea was everywhere. I was like, oh my God. I said, not fall up the steps. So he said, I told you about them dark slippers. I told you. So I keep telling you about those slippers, because this is not the first time I had tripped with my slippers, either coming down the steps or up the steps. You know what I'm saying? Don't always be like, hold on to the ground. When I'm coming down the steps, hold to the ground. Because I fell, I bust my butt. I tumbled down 3 or 4 steps time. My slippers. For that time, I was trying to walk down the steps in the dark with my slippers on. It came tumbling down the steps. And another time that I fell down the steps, I wasn't paying attention and skipped 3 steps. It was flying across the floor. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So me and these slippers. So now you be like, he was like, you them dark slippers. Ooh, I was like, bad, oh bad. But yeah, tea was flying everywhere. I said, I can't even do it, child. Mm-mm. But yeah, but that's been my crazy week. Yep. Looking forward to tomorrow. It is Friday Eve, waiting for tomorrow to get here, because I already know it ain't no work on Monday. So your girl good. She good. You know, all them have to do is catch up on some grading this weekend, whatever. Angel cakes. Girl, I be wearing different slippers. That'd be the crazy thing. I be wearing different slippers. I probably own about at least 7 or 8 different pair of slippers. And every now and then I'll change up. And it seemed like at least 3 of the pair of slippers that I had worn, I fell and bust my butt on the steps. Crazy. Crazy to me. I was like, I can't win. I can't win no matter what slippers I put on. What slippers I put on, I can't win. Crazy to me. It's just me and steps and slippers just don't align. We just don't align. We just don't align. Oh man. So yeah. But guys, I appreciate y'all for being here. You know what? I can't close the live out without doing a one must go. One must go, y'all. One must go. Right? So one must go. Grocery store sushi, a shrink wrap tuna sandwich, vending machine chips, or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. One of those gotta go. Which one gonna go? The grocery store sushi, the shrink wrap tuna fish sandwich, the vending machine chips, or the peanut butter jelly sandwich. Which one gonna go? Which one gonna go? If you had to get rid of one, which one would you get rid of? Which one would you get? The grocery store sushi. Grocery store sushi. Child. Listen. You got my connection on that one because I just recently like dibbled and dabbled in a little bit of sushi. Now, I never was interested in trying sushi prior to like about maybe 3 years ago. So if you want to call it dibbling and dabbling in sushi, I had tried the first California roll, right? And it's funny because this is with family, and they had bought this big old sushi boat. So all this different sushi on it. I was like, I had never tried sushi, right? I was always been afraid to try sushi. You know what I mean? So they was like, well, here, try California roll. You probably might like it. That's probably like the lesser of the evils, right? So I grabbed the sushi. I take a pinch and I start to go bite. I was like, stop playing with that sushi. Stop playing with that sushi. Put that sushi in your mouth. You can't sit there and piecemeal and put it in your mouth. Right? That's not how you eat sushi. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I didn't know that my first time having sushi. I'm ready to take little bites. I'm ready to take little bites and nibble on it. It's like, don't put it in your mouth. Don't play with it. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. But yeah, so now I know you don't play with sushi like that. It's a one and done. Pop it in your mouth and it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think I could do grocery store packet. It was bad. Ooh, child. Yeah, I couldn't imagine getting no sushi from the grocery store. Nah, I'm okay. I am okay. Ooh. So, okay, another one. This one must go. Angel, this is for you. So, eyeliner, lip gloss, mascara, or concealer. Which one gotta go? It's just for you. Eyeliner, lip gloss, mascara, or concealer. Which one gotta go? Oh man. Like I know that's tough for people that wear a lot of makeup. That depends on these things. If you had to get rid of one, which one will go? Child. Mm-mm. I could tell you which one will go for me. Because I'm not big on it anyway. Well, maybe two of them. But if I had to get rid of one, I'll have to get rid of one. Funny, I had enough. I don't wear concealer. I wear the other stuff. Okay, so you would get rid of the concealer. Okay, yeah. So I was torn between whether I would get rid of the concealer or whether I get rid of the mascara. So 'cause I like my eyes to pop sometimes. like depending because I ain't got no eyelashes. I ain't really got no eyelash. So especially if you get the mascara with the volume and stuff that make you look like you got some falsies and stuff on. But child, so if I had to get rid of something, I probably would get rid of the mascara because I do like to do concealer, especially if I ain't had no sleep and I get them granny bags under my eyes or something like that. So then I'll be like, ooh, let me put a little concealer touch up the eyes a little bit. And I'll make it sound look like I ain't been to sleep in a week. So yeah. So if I had the choice, I would probably excuse me. Ooh, this cough is starting to get to me. I would have to probably get rid of the mascara. So, all right, next one. Because you a drink connoisseur. I know this. You are a drink connoisseur. One of these gotta go. A pumpkin spice latte, a green tea cream frappuccino, a strawberry acai refresher, or a toasted white chocolate mocha. Which one gotta go? Which one gotta go? Because I know you are a drink connoisseur. Which one gotta go? He said, I like to wear concealer. I just need to find a good concealer wear mascara. Yeah, got you. Got you. You said the pumpkin. The pumpkin gotta go. The pumpkin gotta go. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, because when I think about it, I'm like, I can't. The other ones can't go. The other ones can't go. I feel you. The other ones can't go. Okay, so I feel like although I like some pumpkin spice, I'm not sure about the latte part. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a latte fan, so I don't know about the latte part. Um, the green tea frappuccino. Like I may if I put a little bit of whipped cream or so, I might make it work. The refresher, I love a nice refresher, so that's got to stay. And the white chocolate mocha, I would definitely have to keep that. Even though I'm not a big mocha fan, but I do love me some white chocolate. So yeah, so I would agree. I would get rid of the pumpkin spice latte if one of those must go. Now, what about these categories that I'm about to say? Now, one of these got to go. Pretzels, potato chips, cheese doodles, or popcorn. Which one gotta go? Which one you gotta go? The pretzels, the potato chips, the cheese doodles, or the pop? Which one gotta go? Ooh, man, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel. Take the wheel. Mm-mm-mm. Ooh, I know, right? Decisions, decisions. Oh my God. Oh my God. One of them gotta go. The pretzels going, the cheese doodles go, the chips or the popcorn. Which one gotta go? Ooh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. Which one gotta go? Man, that was stinging a little bit, don't it? That was stinging a little bit. Man, which one gotta go? Mm, 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 mm. Tough decision, right? Oh man. I could tell you which one gotta go for me. And this is a tough one too. It's tough, 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 tough. Tough, tough, tough decision. I'm gonna say this lightly with popcorn just because they stuck in my teeth. Oh man, I know, right? Phew. I don't know. 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 Pretzels. I can appreciate some good pretzels, especially the soft pretzels. When you go to like the Philly pretzel factory, oh Lord Jesus, I'll go to Wawa, get a pretzel. Lord have mercy. Pretzels, non-negotiable. I need a good pretzel for life. You know what I mean? I need a good person in my life every now and then. Every now and then, I need a good person in my life. Chips. Sometimes I can appreciate the chips. Sweet potato chips. You know what I mean? Like, right? Love some pretzel, right? That's non-negotiable. I think about chips. Now, I like chips, especially when I'm having like a sandwich or something like that. You know, like I feel like chips go well with a sandwich. I'm just saying, chips go well with a sandwich. You know what I mean? And then I think about the cheese doodle. Now, although I could appreciate a good cheese doodle, not all cheese doodles are created equal. You know what I'm saying? They have like the cheese puffs, but they said specifically cheese doodle. Now, I can honestly say at one point I was obsessed with cheese doodle. I was obsessed with cheese doodle, right? So I had to like reel it back in, reel it back in. It's like, girl, you're addicted to cheese doodle. You need to get your life right. So, all right, get my life right. Stop eating cheese doodle. You said you put chips. Say, girl, you better talk about it. Better talk about it. That was my old school thing. Especially growing up like a kid and a teenager. We popped them chips on that sandwich. Gave me a good bologna sandwich, good turkey sandwich. What? What? Oh my God. Honey, that was good living right there. That was good living. If you ain't never put chips on your sandwich, I don't know. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Yeah. Yes. Doing it after my own heart. But yeah, so anyway, I was talking about the cheese doodles. Yeah, I think I was obsessed with cheese doodles. So I had to like reel it back a little bit, like be like, okay, girl, too much. So, but then we get to the popcorn. Now, I don't know if I could give up popcorn. I don't think I could give up popcorn. It does get stuck in your teeth. Stuck in your teeth. I know this. I know that it definitely gets stuck in your teeth. However, I can appreciate a good thing of popcorn, especially when you're trying to sit down, watch a movie or something like that. I think popcorn go very well when you're trying to sit down and watch a movie. Or something. Or even when you want that snack. Like you don't want nothing too heavy, you want something a little light, you know what I mean? Something just to knock the edge off. Ain't nothing wrong with a good bag of popcorn. So I guess in my case I would have to say cheese doodle. I would have to say the cheese doodle. You know what I mean? I would have to say, oh man. A lot of these, like it was like very reluctant, very reluctant. But these have to go, have to go. But yeah, but if laid these in front of me and you said you gotta get rid of one of them, then that's my choice. That's my choice. So I feel like we was aligned on a few of the these must go. But yeah, but guys, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for being here on this tea time Thursday. I miss having tea with y'all last week. Like I said, your girl was down, down, down. She was down, you know. But I'm back with God's grace, you know. Hopefully, I can continue to go up and nothing don't take me back down. Because when I say stuff is going around, like they spreading it like flies, they spreading it like flies. I had to send the kid home today. Got sick. I was like, Lord Jesus, I don't need this. Like, not anymore. Not anymore. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that whatever I had is a one and done, and I'm good for the rest. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because I don't want it to keep recycling and coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, then pray for me. I'll pray for me. You know what I mean? This stuff is definitely going around. People dropping like flies. Dropping like flies around here. You know, especially when you work at the school, stuff we just be recirculating, be recirculating. Everybody just pass it around like they're giving away candy. Here you go, you get a cold, you get a cold, you get sick. You know what I mean? Here, I can't forget you. Child. Yeah. But that was my tea time for the day, guys. That's my tea time for the day. I look forward to having some tea with y'all again next Thursday. Maybe we can talk about the storm, you know, see how everybody making out here in these streets with the storm. If you live in the storm's path, I know some people are not, but if you're living in the storm's path, be careful, be safe out here in these streets. Um, just to talk. should still be happy Monday. We're gonna keep that up and purge you. Hopefully everything still, sustains and we still got power and stuff like that. That'll be the next time that I'll be going live. That'll be Monday for Sister Talk, if the storm, kind of holds off and keep, you know, everything running and stuff like that. So we definitely doing Sister Talk on Monday. So with that being said, guys, I want y'all to have the best weekend ever. Do what you need to do for you to be ready, be prepared, whatever. And most of all, be safe out here. You know what I mean? Be safe out here. And I look forward to talking to you guys next week. If you ain't doing nothing, check us out on Sister Talk Monday, Sister Clock. But if you can't make Sister Talk, I see you on Thursday. All right? Same time. Take care, everybody. Peace out.